your ears. New narrative. It's the community coalition. Oh, yo,
too long.
That's how we rise up. Knowledge of wealth. Let's rise up. We municipal. This is the podcast to listen to. We got a vision. Tell me we got, man.
Listening.
Real talk
360.
Yo. Yeah. How y'all doing? Hey, yo.
What's going on?
Man, y'all don't have no energy.
No energy. Let's go.
Tori. And if you don't learn the words, stop singing the song.
I know the words.
You know you ain't, man. You better switch out, man.
I was sure you was going in.
Yeah, nah, you was ad-libbing, man. Hey, Drew, I thought I heard him say, hey.
No, I said that at the beginning. Hey. And I stopped when they say the name because my name ain't on the song.
No. He said, I said, oh, man. Hey, he did rabbit. He choked. He choked. Hey, can y'all do me a favor? My name is Jamel Lai. This is Real Talk 360 119 Media Group, and I am Jackie Oldest son. Could you do me a favor while you out there? Can you please tag somebody or share this? Tag somebody you know or share this. They didn't even look at. They don't even know what we're talking about today. They didn't even look. They was on their phones.
No, I seen.
No,
I paid attention.
Hey,
I'm sharing right now.
Today we had to let two people stay at home because of low management. You know, low management. They work too, but we got the homeboy. We got one of the originators, Andrew Cat Black Coach Bethea in the house. Somebody give him a round of applause.
Yeah, what's up, Black?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh man, tell the people who you are again and where you from.
Yeah, man, I'm Drew, aka Cat Black. You know, hit me up, Bethea's Landscape. Bethea's Landscape, if you need your grass cut or whatever, I got you. I'm in the building. I'm glad to be here. You know, glad to, you know, I'm seeing another day, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
And to my left, Society Hill's finest. Next one for mayor. Tell them who you is, son.
Sean Grant, the barber.
Where are you from?
Society Hill.
Oh man, Society. This is the first time somebody from Society Hill is on the podcast.
Society Hill, man.
Society Hill, man.
I saw that sign today.
Yeah, See, a lot of people don't like my town because speed trap.
Man,
it's a speed trap for real?
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Say
go through that speeding if you want to.
Nah, that a lot of people say.
Yeah, I know back in the day it was.
I saw
it. Still is, and still with me.
Hey,
my man.
Hey, this your boy T, Mr. 973 to the 843. I'm in the building as always. I'm here. What's going on, people?
So what's been going on, man? Drew,
what's going on?
Tell them what's going on, man. I know you got kids and all that new way of life.
Man, I'm just chilling, man, taking care of the kids. You know, it's summertime. Usually I'd be coaching football right now, but you know I'm giving it a year off.
For real?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm getting a year off. I'm chilling, man. I'm gonna focus more on my kids and you know my landscaping business and you know stay out the way. Chill out.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart.
All right, Sean Grant, man, tell us a little about yourself, man. Don't be shy, don't be bashful. Tell us what's going on in your life right now, because you got some great things going on in your life.
Yeah, just coming back from Chicago. Took my daughter to a Summer Smash concert, 3 days. So right now my life is mostly centered around them right now. So whatever they want to do, that's what I'm gonna do. They made me proud in school, college. So whatever they want to do, that's what I'm going to do.
So you got 2 girls that's graduating. Now both of your girls are in college.
Yeah. Well, my youngest daughter graduated high school before college.
Yeah.
I mean, graduated college before high school. And then now she's going to University of South Carolina.
And your oldest one?
And she graduated from Horry Georgetown.
Okay.
Then she worked at McLeod. Then she going back to school.
Okay. They got to go to school over there in the Grant House. They ain't playing.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man.
And Tori,
Man, it's going good over there at the Chadwick House. Hey, talking about school. I'm going back to school. Classes start next week, man. I'm ready to get prepared for that. Other than that, man, doing the same thing, man. Making sure the kids have fun this summer. Make sure wifey is good. Make sure everything is good over there. Other than that, I can't say nothing. I can't complain, man. I can't complain at all.
Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
What's going on with you, Mel?
Same old. Nothing new, man. Working, dodging other people's problems.
Oh man, that's bad for business.
man.
We gotta dodge other people's problems.
Dodging other people's problems.
Other people's problems.
That's daily over here.
Wow.
That's daily over here.
Crazy thing, I just came from a father's round table with about 4 or 5 men. They say we won't say nothing about it. I hope they don't get mad. And they was talking about. Actually, I was with 3 coaches and 2 other people, and they was just talking about challenges and things like that. One of the questions was they was like asking you about being a pillar and what a pillar mean for you being in your family. So there was things like that, and the coaches were talking. He was talking about having to deal with his own kids and coach the other kids too.
Yep.
Made me think about you, right? Mm-hmm. So what I was thinking, and being a pillar, right? You can't call yourself a pillar. To be a pillar, you have to be. That's just something that you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you say a pillar, you saying stone. That's something that's grounded with foundation. And something that people can stack other things on top of being a pillar, right? Mm-hmm. So is it fair that if you are a pillar, that you have to absorb everything else? Like a coach, you have to absorb your kids and you have to absorb your football kids too, and how it could be tiring, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I was like, if you don't get to be a pillar just by saying you are a pillar, you get to be a pillar because you built that foundation as a pillar.
Right.
So you have to accept all those things that comes with being a pillar. Mm-hmm. And I know sometimes it get hard, but that's just something that you have to accept and deal with, because what do they do with pillars? They put stuff on top of it, and it's built to what? Stand straight up and last. Mm-hmm. Yep. So what do you think about? Do you have to be strong all the time, or?
Well, with the coaching aspect, being the pillar to me I think it's already got to be in you. Like, everybody can't be a coach because you have to take on certain obligations that other people don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a coach, and you are a good coach, you are a pillar, because you have to take on a lot of stuff that other people that don't coach or whatever don't do. Like, you have obligations. You have them kids that come to you and look at you as a father, and you might have to take them in and, do special things just like you do with your kids. And sometimes it is hard because you have a lot of weight on you. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you handle it. So if you're a coach and you're a coach that knows what's going on, you are a real coach. You are a pillar because it's already it's built in you. So that's how I feel about that.
And to piggyback off what he said, because I used to coach. Drew used to see me out there coaching when I was back in the day. So when I coached, I kind of felt like I had to treat them like they was my kids, because one reason was at the time I didn't have a son. So I was coaching boys. I have a son, so I only had girls. So I treated them like my child and like my children, or like I had at the time. So for me, like, you take on the pressure of what them kids is experienced in their life at that time. Like I remember I had a one player. He was always dropped off, but never had a ride home, and I didn't never understand that. I never understood, like, how can you be a parent? You drop him off, and you're not coming back to pick him up or give him a ride home. I always had to give him a ride home. And then I like I couldn't leave them out there. Like, you know, I can't just say like, oh, I'm done with practice and this is it. I'm gonna just leave you out here. Somebody ever to come get you. But you know, I always had to take them. Had to go out my way. I had to pick up kids. I mean, even pick up kids to bring them to practice and take them back. You know, so it is a lot of responsibility. So if you to be a pillar in your community and you're dealing with, like I said, dealing with kids, you have to treat them like they're your own kids. And then you don't know what type of impact you make on them. I think I was telling you, Mel, this weekend when we was doing, you know, what we was doing this weekend. Like I was in Walmart and somebody walked up behind me and was like, yo, you look familiar. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm like, look familiar. I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I know this guy? Turn around. It was a guy. It was a young boy. He was 17 now. Turn around. Huge. He was like, Coach. I looked at him and said, Coach. Like, this dude towering me. I'm like, yeah. He said, Coach. I said, yeah, what's going on? I said, I didn't even notice. I said, man, you big. You're a big joker now, yo. I was coaching him at 10. He's 17 now. And then I asked him, I said to him, I said, you still playing ball? He said, nah. He said, if you was my coach, I know I'd still be playing ball. And like, he still remember me coaching him from when he was 10.
They remember, man.
Yeah.
They remember.
But see, I was coaching girls basketball over 20 years, over 20 plus years, right? And when I see my old players, because my old players now, they like 28, 29, 30. I was coaching girls since 9, 10 years old. So when I go places, same thing. They come up to me, hug me, you know, and I never had no bad kids and bad parents. I'm blessed with that. I never had no bad parents. The parents always respect me. The parents always tell me be hard on these daughters. But then my daughter came up. My daughter played basketball, all right? So I tell her teammates, all y'all sisters, y'all my daughter sisters. So I treat them like they're, you know, I'm not gonna say they father because I don't want to, step on nobody's toes like that. But I treat them like they're mine, like that. Yeah, same thing. Pick them up for practice, take them home. Parents would call me, you know. Well, since they were girls and they want to ride, I call the parent first, like that. Cause it's different with girls and boys, you know. I ain't gonna get blamed for nothing, like that. So I call the parents, especially if I know the father. Now, I call the daddy first if I know the daddy. But like I say, I never had no real problem with that. And then when I see them out, and then when I just go to the games, because, you know, my daughter just graduated. She played basketball for Darlington. And some of the players still ask me for advice now on the team. So, you know, I've been blessed by coaching girls basketball for a while.
So as a coach, so I know you got like 55 kids when you was coaching, like 55 kids or more, right?
In between that, yeah.
So sometimes you had to step in and be a father role. Like I said, I was listening to somebody say, like, you know, one time at 11 o'clock at nighttime while he was home with his family, one of his players' mother called him and said, could you please come over here because he snuck out the house, or can you come over here because he's over here cussing me out? Is that your responsibility to go over there?
It's not, but if you have the heart, and it just depends on I probably, if it was me, I probably would do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not your responsibility, but then it is, because you took in that responsibility when you started coaching, and you putting these kids under your wing. Like, to this day, I got maybe about 15 kids right now that text me and call me on a regular basis. They in college, they playing ball, whatever. They call me you know, so I took that responsibility on. You know, it's just different situations, and it's different strokes for different folks, you know, but it all depends on the person. But to me, I would do it, but, you know.
Because you're a pillar.
Yeah.
Because you didn't make yourself a pillar, because you are a pillar.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's based on your connection with that child and that, you know what I'm saying, that kid. We got to think about it. I remember one time we had a podcast about mentorship. How long should it last? Oh yeah. So if you knew that that child from youth, you should continue to mentor them and to get the guidance, because sometimes they need that, especially if the father figure is not in the household.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if the house is not, even if they are, sometimes they might need a different perspective, a different view, because you've seen them in a different element as a coach. Because you've seen the athleticism, you see how they act when they're not around their parents. So you know, like, hey, you're not acting like you used to act, are you? You know, so it's certain things you can look at. Because, you know, as a children, even when we were children, we acted different when our parents wasn't around. When we went to our grandparents' house, when we was at school, you might have said curse words you knew you couldn't say around. You know, so you know, as a coach, sometimes you let that slide depending on what age they are, and then you tell them, like, listen, you know, you shouldn't be saying that, but I'm gonna let you slide because you out here. I'm gonna let you go ahead and be free, but remember, it's an order of respect. It depends. You still gotta respect me because I'm an adult, and you know, things like that. So you gotta set your boundaries. So if something happened like that, sometimes you have to look at it and say, hey, maybe I could get through to the kid because the mother couldn't get through to the kid.
And this is crazy. Last year, I can remember I had a team meeting before the season started. I had a team meeting with all the parents. I had about 32. I had about 32 kids with their parents in there. I looked around up in the bleachers. It was 4 men. It was 4 men in there. Rest was women. Out of 32 kids. I already knew I was gonna have it. I already knew I was gonna have a problem.
Why you think you was gonna have a problem?
Because it's no men. You could tell it wasn't no men in these kids' lives. You know what I'm saying? A lot of I can tell, and I could tell by sitting there in the bleachers and looking at the mamas and looking at the dads and looking at these kids, who dads was in their lives that wasn't there, who dads wasn't in their lives, period. And the mama or the grandma or the auntie or whoever that was at that meeting is taking care of the kids.
So you got kids, right? Mm-hmm. So their kids is coming to play a men's sports, but most of the parent figures are women.
Yep.
So some days you're gonna have to deal with emotions.
Yep.
Some days you're gonna have to deal with attitudes, the same thing.
Yep. Emotions, attitudes, everything that they missing from that man at the house. Yeah. It triggers at school because I'm with the kids all day anyway. So it triggers. I see their patterns of behavior all day anyway into football practice. I already know who I'm gonna have issues with anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that father figure in their life.
So you like the stepdaddy?
I'm not the stepdaddy. I'm the uncle.
In some way, you the uncle, you the stepdaddy.
Yep.
Whatever it needs to be in that child's house. What you was gonna say, Sean?
See, ever since back from rec all the way to high school, it's always the same thing. You'll see grandmama, granddaddy, the mamas. Mm-hmm. You don't see them daddies. Dads don't really be there. Oh, but then a parent came to me one day, you know, I cut hair. A parent came to me one day, and I cut her child father hair. She told me to say something to him, but I said, no, that's not my place now. I'm not going to tell him. Mm-hmm. But what I did, I gave him a schedule, like that. I gave him a schedule, and like, your child play good, pretty good like that. He'll scare to the game like that. But I think more men need to come out and support their kids. Most of our girls, mostly like that. But I feel like more men need to come out and support their daughters.
You're right.
In sports, because that's on, they just don't understand. When they see the parents in the stand, they make them feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. And then, you can keep saying that all the time, but you can't make them come. They have excuses. Got to work. Mm-hmm. But like I say, the mama take off sometime to go to the game, travel to the game. Mm-hmm. And then, sometimes they say, I'm on the women's side, but the guy can take off too. Mm-hmm. The guy can take off and support their kids the same way as the mother. Yeah. Like that. But a lot of them say, oh, I get the mama the money to go. Like that. But sometimes you could take out time sometimes and go to the game yourself. Yeah. So that's what, I never had no problem with that, but I prefer seeing more men in the stands. Right. To support their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think most fathers that's not in the household probably have a issue of being around the mother of their child some type of way, some reason. Is it because they're paying child support, or is it because they don't get along, but they're hurting the child in that aspect?
But you know what I said for that? I said, if you were in the gym, if the mama on this side, you sit on the other side.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have to interact with each other. One can be on one side, one can be on the other side. And then after the game, acknowledge your child, and then you can go about your business.
Yeah, but like you said, excuses. It's a lot of fathers out there that make excuses.
Yeah.
That shouldn't make excuses, but there's a lot of them that are out there to make excuses.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation, man. Like my 5 years coaching middle school football at the middle school level, I've seen a lot of stuff that I wouldn't think I've seen in parents and stuff. Is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was telling Mel this yesterday. It was one kid, he wanted to play football so bad, you know, he had a little situation. His mom called me, you know, crying one night. She was like, my son really wants to play football. And I say, okay, I got him, he good. She was like, well, let me tell you what's going on. So she told me her story, whatever. I said, all right. So come to find out, this kid him and his mama was homeless. They was living in a foster home. So every night after practice, I have to take him to the foster home. But then I couldn't drop him off at the foster home. I had to meet her down the street.
Oh, they was at a shelter.
At a shelter.
Yeah.
Well, at a shelter. So I couldn't even drop him off.
Oh, and they was at an abusive shelter.
So I had to,
because you can't know where that.
Yeah. So I had to meet. It'd be dark. I had to meet her on the side road to get her son. And then every time he get out at nighttime, he'll look at me like, you know, he feeling ashamed. But I'm, you know, I talk to him. I tell him it's all good. Hey, everybody has their own situations and everything, and certain things they had to deal with. So that's why I say a lot of people don't be knowing what goes on with these kids, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, yo, you know, definitely don't know. I mean, I've seen some stuff too, and I have coached up north and I coach down here, so it's basketball up north, football down here, and some of the stuff you see, man, it is shocking. And you want to be a part of, you know, you want to help out, but you can only do but so much sometimes. Like I said, he said, you can't step on people's toes, man, because then people feel embarrassed, and then you have another situation. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, so you have to do your best, and you have to know what to say to kids, you know, and try to encourage them. And just like you said, I mean, I've seen, I know a young man that just finished graduating from South Florence, played football, great football player when I was coaching him and busting everything. His mother came to every game, every practice, and when I went to go see him play this his last year, she was there at every game and sitting in the stands, and she remembered me. She said, hey, coach. I was like, yeah, you know, it's just crazy. And I'm thinking, like, all these years from when I had him since he was 10 to now he's graduating, about to go to college, maybe on a scholarship or whatever, that father didn't come around. You know, only excuse I could think about is maybe possibly he's not alive no more. But other than that, like,
or he might be locked up.
You might be. Who knows? I mean, but it's sad, man. It's sad.
Oh, but to light this thing up, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get to this.
Yeah.
I saw this thing on Facebook, so that's what I really wanted to know. I know this is a little bit different than what we are, because like Mario Jones, yeah, we're going to have a little fun with this, but we still going to prove a point. Today I read this thing, this post. It was off Twitter to this guy. He said, if I marry a woman with a child, it means any child under my roof is mine. Daddy, if he wants to see his child, I should be notified so I can know where my child is going and be told if my child is not coming back and what time my child will be back. That father must respect me.
Nah.
Should I read it one more time?
Read that one more time.
No, I got it.
If I marry a woman with a child, it means any child under my roof is mine. Daddy, if he wants to see his child, I should be notified so I can know where my child is going and be told if my child is not coming back and what time my child will be back. The father must respect me.
Who gonna speak first?
Come on, man.
Who gonna speak first?
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, say what you gonna say.
You know what? that won't happen to me because me and that father.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Well, put it this way: if that's my child, regardless of what the man say, it's agreement between me and the mother. If the mother said that I can come pick up my child and we can, I can take my child wherever I got to go, that's not that man's child. He don't have nothing to do with that. It's between me and the mother. Regardless if they live in the same house, that's my child.
But I'm providing a roof.
Well, it doesn't matter.
How you gonna say what's gonna go under my roof?
It's not going on your roof. I'm gonna pick up my child. We're not gonna be under your roof. I'm gonna pick up my child and we're gonna leave.
But when you ain't there, you under his roof.
Yeah.
He said he paying for your child.
Yeah.
He making sure your child eat.
Yeah.
When you don't come to the basketball game, when you ain't coming to the basketball game, he gonna be at the basketball game.
No, but see, you got the wrong dad on this.
Yeah, but you gotta take Sean out of this.
No, I can't because it's me because
I need you to be on both sides.
I'm playing the dude right now. Hey, yo, you better stand at the end of that driveway.
okay, put it this way. If I'm a part of my child life, I mean deep. I'm part of my child life. But me and the mother, we just couldn't get along. So she got somebody else. But I'm still taking care of my child how I always was. So I can't see no other man telling me I can't see my child.
I got you.
Yeah.
I can't come pick up my child.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that. But so the only person that can tell me that, and then we gotta have a understanding talk is the mother. So regardless of if they stay in the house with them, he can't tell me what I can and cannot do with my child.
She can't tell me either.
Nah.
It better be, the police better tell me. Yeah, but you see, I can see why by looking at this young man's post, right? I think that he has stepped in and been a father to somebody that has a certain type of baby daddy or child's father, right? So now I know there's some kids that some men that pops up on think they can just come pop up all the time and be like, yo, I'm here to get my kid. Now, you should notify the mother before you get there. But if these days, right? Okay, with me, right? Let's say with me, my daughter, I got Jamal lives with me, but my daughter, right? If her mother marries, if her mother was serious, when I said she told me she have a serious relationship, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the child and go to the dude and say, hey, I love my child. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not gonna disrespect nothing that you have going on, but respect my child. And he probably already gonna see that. Well, I know not to step in front of this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go to that man. I ain't gonna go to him with no attitude or nothing, because you can go over there with attitude, but he's still gonna be there. So you should have tried to go over there and get to understand that guy and get a relationship with him. But I can tell, dude, hey man, well y'all just don't. Oh man, come on.
No, because I'm listening to what you're saying, but I had a situation. So, say if the mother says no, that I don't want to introduce you to the guy I'm dating. I don't want you to know the person that I know, because I had that situation happen to me. One of my oldest daughter mothers, I was like, yeah, I want to meet the person you're dating. She was like, why? I'm thinking like, well, my daughter lives in the household with you. This guy comes over there, might stay the night. He might wind up moving in with you. She said no. She didn't want to introduce me. So I kept asking like, yo, when I'm gonna meet this guy? Do I got to pop up at your house to meet this guy? So what do you do in that situation?
You find out who he is.
Yeah, I did, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you got. I don't know what state y'all relationship was in at that time.
Yeah,
but it's depending on the state of relationship that you have that time with that woman, and so if she a woman and y'all both wanted what's best for the kid, she should not be. Oh, she still liked you. She still liked you
because she didn't want me to know who she was dealing with.
She still liked you. Yeah, she didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Because if ain't no more ties, then go ahead, yo.
Yeah,
Right. Why you care?
Yeah.
Because because somebody gonna be around your kid, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And if my daughter does something wrong or something like that, I'd have no problem with you talking to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Say, yo, baby, you know you shouldn't do that or something like that. Would your dad want you to do that? Nothing wrong with that, but you don't want nobody around your kid that you done made mad.
You're right. But my main thing was always this, because I see that I had a daughter with this young lady. So my thing is, I don't want no man coming in mistreating you and he's seeing that, and it's not her father that she's seeing that from, and then she thinks that's okay, or she might want to try to step in and then he does something that I had to come over there and check him for. You know what I mean? That's what that was my thought, always my thought.
And that's a good thought, but she got to handle that.
Yeah, she does have to handle that. That's why I always wanted to know. I always wanted to have a keen sense of who this person is. Even if you didn't want to introduce me to him, if I bump into him, I'm like, okay, hey, this is such and such. Ironically though, when she later on dated somebody, me and the guy knew each other because we worked out together, and what's his name, and he contacted me. He was like, yo, I always ask her like, yo, who's her father, and then she would never tell me, and then all of a sudden, like when you used to come get her, I wasn't there, and then finally I started putting two and two together, and I was like, oh, that's what's the name. Then we started talking when we used to work out together in the park and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. And he told me like ran down a whole bunch of stuff. She was always making it seem like it was something wrong with you not meeting me and all that stuff, and I'm like, the same way she treated me when she started dating somebody else. So it's like I never understood that whole situation. That's crazy that a woman would not want you to have a relationship with the person that she's dealing with, and if y'all got a child together.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yo, Richard Cotton. What's up, Richard Cotton? Richard Cotton over here. Richard Cotton said that stepfather needs to have a conversation with the dad.
Yeah.
But don't ever say what I can or what I can do with a child I made.
That's true. That's for sure. I mean, but like I said, I think it's still a lot of emotions tied up between that person that you had the child with and then this new person because of some type of situation. Because why is it so hard for another man to go to another man that's dating somebody that you not with no more and say, hey, this is my child, I'm be coming over here this time and stuff like that. You ain't gonna give, like you said, you're not gonna give me no rules about my child and tell me like, hey, I can't come after 8:00 or they can't come stay with me, and then I gotta let you know when they come back in this house. I mean, I understand you might be paying the bills. That's your situation you got between her and you. You know what I mean? Like, this is not something that you gonna put on my child. My child the young lady happens to have full custody of my child, so she has to stay there, and that's what it is. But what happens if she say, oh, he said, well, you know what, she can't stay here no more. What you take her to live with you, and you ain't in that situation? You can't. What happens then?
But you know what, that guy it's not all about that. He's kind of insecure. Somebody done this man wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
And it probably was a baby daddy.
Yeah, probably for sure.
So he probably was the type when he gets there, he taking care of the kids and everything. Mm-hmm. And then there's another guy that, when he ain't around, I'm coming over there.
Yeah.
I'm coming over there. So now he's trying to put rules down, but that's not never going to happen. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? But I will be respectful enough to be like, I'm going to let her know and she should let you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be respectful enough when I tell her that and y'all can be there together. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm come back so and so. I'm not gonna be the type that's gonna come to your house 12:00 at night saying I'm dropping my daughter off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's disrespectful.
I ain't gonna disrespect you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is this.
And actually, I'm gonna tell you, I enjoy that you care so much about my kid and their well being. But remember, it's my kid, and I'm never gonna disrespect you. But that's just the way that this has to go.
Yeah,
that's all.
And like I said, I'm in that situation currently. Like I said, my middle daughter, she's 12, and my ex-wife got remarried. And I met him plenty of times. We talk and stuff like that. It says, whatever. He gave me utmost whatever. He never had no issues. And every time I want to see my daughter, I just talk to her, and it's never like, okay, hey, well, this is what we doing. You can meet us here, whatever like that. I haven't been to their house, but I don't need to go to their house. As long as I'm able to see my daughter anytime I want to see my daughter, or if something event there, we all there, we cool. I mean, we've been all hung out together. We all went out to lunch together. So it's it's just the respect thing. I speak to him on a regular basis. She got remarried,
but that's the thing. I got a question about that. Yeah. Should you know where your child living at if you are in a relationship with somebody else and your child is with somebody else? Should you know where that child stays at?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Yeah.
You definitely should.
Yeah, check this out. I lied.
What?
I did tell another dude that I was coming to get my son. My oldest son.
Okay.
His mother married, right? But dude was so cool, and he moved in the neighborhood where I was from, and he was cool. So I always wanted to make sure he was all right, right? So and he was a good stepdad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I seen him. I talked to him actually after him and his mom broke up, and I had my son for the summer. I took my son to see him because that's how he was good. And one time she wasn't there because we ain't had cell phones there. So I called the house. I was like, he was like, so and so ain't here. I was like, yo, I'm about to come over there and get my son. Yeah, but we had that type of relationship, and to this day, when I see him on Facebook, it's always like that too. Now,
Yeah, like I said, it's just a respect thing. You just have to have respect. I mean, situations happen. You're not going to sometimes be with the person that you had children with. Sometimes and you shouldn't hurt that child or disrespect another just because you want to be see your children or see your child, and then also you causing more strife. Just like you said, why would you anger the person that's going to be in the household with your child?
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean.
Right.
Now
they look like you.
Yeah, you know, right? They do one of them baby boys. You built the fort. You kick the fort like Snoop did. Like, get this out. Get out of here. Get out of with this. You know what I mean? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to cause strife for that for your kids. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sean, you better let that dude know when you come to get little mama. You know what I'm saying? You better let him know when you come to get little mama.
And what? To be real with you, my daughter's mothers, they know. They already know. They already know. I mean, I don't mean disrespectful.
I know.
They already know how I feel about my daughter. So if they get involved with somebody, they're gonna tell them off top. Sean gonna come do this and Sean gonna come do that. So like I say, I'm not gonna have no issues. I'm not gonna have no issues.
Okay, my question is this though: save the young man that your, I guess your baby mother, your ex, or whoever is dating, and they there and they taking care, they're helping your ex take care of your child, but they have their own children. They're not taking care of their children. How you feel about that?
I blame the woman. I blame her. I blame her because why would you want to be involved with somebody that don't take care of their kids but want to take care of yours just because they want to be involved with you? So I mean,
now we don't know why. We don't know why they don't take care of their kids. But you know what I would try to do?
What?
I would be like, hey, yo, man, what's up? You got kids too, right? Yeah, so and so, and just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes even somebody needs just to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that.
You never know what the person going through.
You're right about
and
that.
you don't know how much you can help him with his kids because he's helping you with your kids. Yeah. Richard Cotton's back. He said also it's the stepdad and dad may have had that situation, and now one's trying to get at the other through the kids, which will bring more problems. You're right about that. We was just talking about that.
Yeah, that's for sure. He definitely hurt. For him to make a post like that and say, yo, how you just gonna claim somebody's kid that ain't yours? That's what he basically said. He said, well, in my house, these are my kids. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta let me know when you bringing my kid back and all this other stuff. Come on, you can't just do that, man. We don't own nobody out here. No humans. You definitely don't own no humans. Yeah. You're gonna really cause some problems. Somebody gonna see you in the street and they're gonna treat you the wrong way because you made that type of statement.
But if a kid lives with me, I'm gonna treat him or her like she's mine, like they're mine. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely. I've been in a relationship like that. I mean, I've been in a relationship with a young lady. My oldest daughter, mother, same thing. She had children before my daughter, and the same thing. I tried to treat them as like they was mine before my daughter came, and then when my daughter came, if we was together, I don't think we was together much longer after that, but still, whole point is like you have to try to show that respect. Like I said, I always feel like the way you treat the mother around her kids that's what they see. You don't want to be that person to leave that impression that it's bad. You know what I mean? So, and then because eventually they're gonna get older, they're gonna see you, especially if you got kids. You're the father of one of their siblings, like their sister or their brother. And like I said, my oldest daughter brothers is grown now. So I don't know how big these jokers done got. I ain't seen them in a while. If I disrespected their moms back then, they might be, I've been wanting to see you since I got older. You know what I mean? That's just the type of respect I want to hold. So last time I seen them, they spoke to me and said, hey, how you doing? Stuff like that. Because they knew that I was their father, but that's just the way I wanted to be. But fortunately, afterwards, everybody I dealt with my ex-wife. She didn't have no kids. I gave her first, and now with me and my wife now, like I said, those are my kids. So I have to go through that. But you know what I mean. So it is what it is. But like I said, my daughter is in a household. My middle daughter is in a household with a stepfather, and she got a brother, but it's not by him. But still, he has his own kids. She has her own kids, and that's what it is. And like I said, he's a great dude. Like I said, respectful dude. He does his thing. He might be a little older than me, or he might be the same age. I'm not sure, but still respectful dude. Like I said, never had no issues. We talk when we see each other. I ain't got no problems. I'm happy. You know what I mean? Now my daughter gets to see. She's still growing up in a 2-parent household. She just doesn't get to see me as much because we're in 2 different states. But still, you know what I mean? I can see her anytime I want to. You know what I mean?
So to that man that made this post, right? Mm-hmm. If he sees that the father comes around, it's not consistent, says he's coming, he don't come, don't show up for birthdays, ain't at basketball games. Today he want to be a father, but tomorrow he don't want to be a father. So my man saying like, yo, you ain't gonna keep doing this now. He does he still have the right to do that, Sean?
I look at it like this right here.
You know, right the mic.
I think as the child get older, the child will see if the father in and out, and if that other guy doing what he's supposed to do. I hate to say it, but he probably respect the stepdad more so than respect the father. Okay,
I got you. So what if my man who wrote the post thinking that he is protecting this child that do something because the dad don't have to see the child cry when he don't show up. Now the stepdad has to see the child cry when he show up. Now this also puts some kind of tension in the house because the mother is there too. So he sees the mother and he sees the child. So now, is he wrong by telling my man this? Yo,
no.
I want to know when you ain't been responsible enough. So I want to know when you coming to get her or when you gonna bring her back. Is he wrong?
In that case, I don't think he's wrong because I think he's seeing the child get hurt and he don't want the child to, be hurt by the father. So I think he's drawing a line where, hey, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, so let's structure this thing out. If you gonna say you gonna come here this day, this is what need to be done. If you ain't gonna come, then we don't need to talk about it. So I think in that case, he's doing the right thing because he's looking out for the child. I think he's doing the right thing on that note.
So do y'all think the mother should say something to the father first before stepdad step in?
Yes.
Of course, yeah. The mama need to be on that, like ASAP. Yeah.
But sometimes, and man, I'm young. I was young too. Like I was in that group I was with today. I said it took me a long time to be a dad. I told them my first 4, I tell them all the time, I ain't know what I was doing with y'all, man. But my last 2, I think I know a little bit. Not everything, but I know a little bit.
Yeah.
And sometimes, a man acts out and takes his emotion out on the kid when he's still in love with the mother and the mother's no longer in love with him. You know what I'm saying? So now he do want to come around and start problems and pick, call 11 o'clock in the nighttime out. I want to see my child. You know what I'm saying? And that happens. So some steps that they have to take a stance, be like, yo, man, come on, man, it ain't going down like this now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that, probably not, but hopefully that father understand that, hey, man, yo, this, because you got to have the structure in your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have the structure in your house because he messing up his whole house.
So is that an act of jealousy by the father, though? They figure that because now they see that this young lady done moved on to somebody better than them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
jealousy.
And on a lot of levels, it can be an act of jealousy. Yeah. You forget, no, I'm gonna come over here and mess something up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you, but I don't want him to have you.
Right.
So I'm gonna mess something up.
That's exactly what it is. He's trying to cause some conflict, man.
Yeah. But just also knowing, man, you messing your kid up because when she ain't with him no more. Yeah. My man probably ain't gotta pay child support either.
Right.
Ooh,
He probably ain't got to pay child support.
yeah.
Because when you go pay child support, there's some kind of structure that goes to that.
Right.
Yeah. So you'll know what week you do have your
Right.
kid.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends. I mean, so some. Well, I know in the state of New Jersey, you don't. If you pay child support, you still have to go down and try to get visitation rights too. They don't automatically give it to you.
Oh,
but
here it does.
here they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't give it. They didn't give it to you. You had to put in for visitation rights unless you have something established with the mother. But so.
But if you down here, if you pay child support, they automatically
Give you. Okay.
Hey, who gonna pay child support and I can't see my kid?
Hey,
Then I'm gonna be popping up at the household boy house.
Hey, listen. I went through it all with my oldest daughter, mother. I'm telling you, man, I was paying child support, and I used to come back in town, like, yo, I let her know in the head events I'm coming. Hey, I want to come. Nah, you better go get some visitation right. Why I get visitation right? Why I did visitation right to see my daughter? I'll come to see my daughter. I want to bring her down here. You know, I want to bring her down here to the South with me so she can stay the summer with me when she out of school for the summer. Better get some visitation rights. Why I gotta go through all that? Why I gotta go to the court? Me and you are grown. Our daughter's old enough to know that I'm her father.
She don't like you.
She didn't.
She don't like you.
She didn't like me at all. Yo. She used to be so dirty, yo. I'm glad my daughter grown now. I swear, I'm glad my daughter.
She ain't like you.
Yo, I'll tell you, I used to go through the ringer with this one, man. It was and it was the bad part about it. Just like you said how you said the first four. With her, I did not know how to be a father. I was trying to learn, and she was already a parent before me. So my thing was like, yo, if I'm a trying father, work with me. Let me know, like, hey, this is such and such. You're already a parent.
You hurt her feelings.
I must have.
You hurt her feelings.
I must have. I must have did something, man. And I never got to the core of it. I always asked. And it was sometimes we had some arguments. I said some choice words. She said some choice words. But still, the whole point was like, yo, I'm trying to be here as much as possible.
Too much emotion still in that. Hey, yo, I ain't never had to worry about it. Sam Drew, remember they kept dropping them off on me?
Facts.
Drop them off at my job.
And keep going.
Oh, man, I wish.
Hey, yo, I look outside. I said, I love my daughter sitting on that bench over there with that bag.
Yeah, I wish, man. I wish. Only one time my oldest daughter, she stayed with me for a year. She had to stay with me for a year. She was young. She was maybe 2. And I remember I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, she'd wake up in the middle of the night, be crying, be like, "Oh, come on, I gotta go to work in the morning. You gotta hush down." You know what I mean? Like, and I had to get on the bus to take her to daycare, come back, pick her up. I mean, oh man, that thing was rough. Like I said, I was the first time father. I didn't know nothing back then, and it was like, but I was still trying my best. And like I said, my father wasn't in the picture, so he couldn't tell me nothing. My grandfather. I mean, he,
had his ways.
Yeah, had his ways.
Yeah.
The older ways. So now you thinking like, is this the right way or not? And the mother wasn't helping me out at all. She just was like, well, I'm gonna let him do us to suffer. And the bad part about it though, I feel like this is what I feel like. I never missed a child support payment. She always got her child support payment, but for our other kids, she never got nothing from them. Then I kind of feel like she felt like, well, I let the good one go, and the other 2 I dealt with, and look what happened. And I swear to God, when that letter came in the mail and it said no more child support, I hung it up on the refrigerator like it was some artwork from school because I was just tired of the fact. And it wasn't like I didn't think my daughter deserved the money. I always thought my daughter deserved the money, but she deserved more. But it just was going through her, going through the mother. It was just made me so, tainted. Like, yo, why I got to keep going through all this with you just to see my daughter? That's why I said I'm so happy that my daughter is grown now. I swear I'm glad that my daughter is grown. It's rough, man, but yeah, that junk is crazy. But my other question to it though is this: so, say the father is coming around all the time, right? And during the time that he's coming around, he's the child is getting older and older, and they still the mother's still with the person that he was with. They married with us. What situations should he not come around for? So say, for instance, they decide, hey, they want to have a graduation party, but like your child graduated from high school or something like that. Should he come around to that party? Should he be able to come around to that party? The father should be coming around to that party, or should he have his own party? Like, is he part of the family now? Like,
yeah, you're part of the family now, man.
Yeah.
Y'all, because if y'all both care about this kid, both of y'all should be able at this time in their life. So let's say this kid is graduating school. So now somebody 30-something, right?
Yeah.
Somebody 30-something. Mm-hmm. And if y'all done got this kid through school, man, all y'all should be able to come around at that time. Because you got, like I said, I was telling them in that group today, I started getting good. Started getting good when I started taking me out of it. You know what I mean? And you put the kid before you. So you should always be able to come around. You know what I mean? You should always be able to come around. Graduations, birthdays,
Weddings,
and stuff like that.
yeah.
But y'all have to get that. You have to get that certain type of relationship. You know what I mean? You got to be finished with him. You got to be finished with her. Y'all got to be finished before that can even happen.
Yep.
Well, let me ask y'all a question. If y'all had son or daughter play basketball, football, parents' night, right? It's just your mama boyfriend, but the child live in the house with them, right? But parents' night, your child be like, I want my mama and daddy just to walk out there with me. So do the stepdaddy have a problem? See how
No.
Yo, he shouldn't.
No.
Shouldn't.
He should understand that.
Yeah, he should understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He should understand. He should
He
understand.
should
that.
understand that.
You know,
I seen nights though where they had the stepdaddy and the daddy and the mama was out
Yeah.
there on the field though too.
And if he
But it
said
was just
that
understanding.
when that kid get off the field, he should be right there.
Clapping.
Yeah, because you got to. Because when you being a dad or you being a dad to someone else's kids, it ain't all about the accolades, right?
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
It ain't for what everybody else
Else
see.
see,
It's the
right.
relationship that going on in the house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, answer this right here. So you think, because this is why I should always say right here, I don't care if they have boyfriend, husband, whatever. Ain't nobody walking out there on that field or court but me and the mama.
But if me and you cool, right?
I don't care how cool.
Now check this out. If me and you, now check this out. If me
Yeah,
and
I'm
you
listening.
cool, right? And we got the best thing. Y'all would call your daughter little mama. If we got the best thing for little mama, right?
Right.
You know what I'm gonna do as a man? I'm gonna be like, yo, come on, because I gotta acknowledge that you played a part of my kid's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm be like, yo, come on, because you had something to do with this.
So how many
Also,
years? So how many years do it take for?
It ain't. I don't think it take the years.
Okay.
It's the actions
Actions,
that you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. If I get to you and I be like, Sean, I know I'm with your baby mama, but you know I generally care for your daughter, and I'll be there for any time, anything. If something goes on, I am gonna call you and tell you something's going on. So you can't do nothing but respect me on that night.
Okay, but out of respect, why can't you just be like, well, those the parents.
Oh yeah, I'm with that.
Then I would support them. You know.
Yeah, he should. But I was just saying, for me as a father, I'm gonna be like, yo, oh come on, man, you can walk with us too. Cause shit, I mean, shoot, we family now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I'm letting you know that I'll do just as much as for your daughter as you would, and I don't mean that as a kind of disgrace, but anything you do for your daughter, I would, and especially if I respect you too.
Yeah.
Shoot, I might come to the house, I might speak to you before I speak to the mama.
Yeah. But
Right.
But some kids, they just want their parents to walk out there.
And that's cool.
Like that.
That's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I would already then, as a dad, I would already say, yo, I would explain to them, especially let's say if you there all the time, you cheering too. When I couldn't take her to practice that day, you took her, or I couldn't go to the game, you went. You know what I'm saying? But you called me, we so cool. You called and told me, hey, your girl so and so and so. So I'm gonna share that with you.
But see, one thing about it, I'm gonna do how you said earlier. I'm gonna take myself out of the equation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And ask the kids. Say you want all us to walk up there?
But see, I'm gonna take myself out of the equation because with me, I do a lot of sacrificing. You know?
Yeah.
If they need to go to practice and if I can't do it, I'm gonna find a way to do it.
But you got that type of job though.
Yeah.
You got that. You can leave your job anytime you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can say, hold on, I gotta go get my daughter. I'll be right back, and they'll be sitting right there when you come
And
back.
guess what? I did that plenty of
Yeah.
time over the years.
Yeah, but people understand that. Though.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
understand that because they know we already know how you are about
Yeah.
your daughters.
Yeah.
So if I was the every guy that came in, I already know how you are is about your daughters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I said, that's something that just have to be established from the door. You know what I mean? But if it's not, you will cause problems. Because I mean, I could see a lot of problems. Because I mean, say if it was, say you not doing what you got to do, and then now this young man is bashing you in front of your child. Say, oh, your father ain't. Telling the mother that like he ain't, how you be with this dude? He ain't doing this. He ain't giving money for this and all stuff. So now, like I said, this is something like I said that's displayed in front of your child, and your child hears this. You may not think they hear it, but they hear it. They listening. You know what I mean? So that's why it's just like I said, it's establishing a relationship.
Yeah. See that's another character of a character defect of insecurity. If I got to tell you what he ain't doing,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, in front of the kid, and in front of instead of saying he ain't doing it. So we in the house together, so that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There might be a problem when he can't do it, but when he can do it, I'm gonna shift it right back to him. Because you never know when you. I'm thinking like, as us as in people, you don't know when you have to be a dad for somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right. We spoke about that earlier.
And Sean, you might have to be a dad for somebody else. Yeah. So I think, man, once you get past relationships, you get past y'all, and you be, you know, when the kids are the main thing, that ego goes, man. Check your ego at the door. You know what I'm saying? When they say put your ego in your pocket.
Ego and emotions, man. Emotions
Yeah.
definitely hurt you bad, man. If you put a lot of emotions and stuff. That's what I always tell people. I always tell people that all the time. You take your emotions out of it, man. Especially at work. Like, you know what I mean? They be so wound up. I'm like, man, take your emotions out the job. Just listen to what think about what the person told you or said, and think about it. And then, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes we make a lot of decisions on emotions, and we be last minute we be like, oh man, I should have probably made that decision. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like that, man. It's tough sometimes. Definitely tough. Definitely, I know that.
Sean Grant, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
How you like this?
Hey, you doing my thing right here?
Yeah, man. But you ain't like the barbershop. You ain't there like you at the barbershop.
No, I can't do all that.
I see. I didn't say that just to get you to talk today. I was straight up. Usually I say something to get them going. You know what I'm saying? But check this out, man. I appreciate everybody that's listening tonight. We just did things a little bit different topics, but we will be back next week.
Oh no! Next week is
119 Media Group.
Next week is holiday week. The people celebrate.
We don't celebrate no holiday.
That's why I said holiday. I said the people.
Yeah,
the people
man,
do.
We don't celebrate no 4th of July.
You know what? But you know what they do. You know what they do, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
As our people, you know what we always do. We always celebrate everybody else's holidays except our own.
Ours.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't ever celebrate.
We gonna have a show. We gonna have a show. We got a new intro too. We gonna have a show.
Yeah. I'm with you. I ain't straight up. Yeah. We bust off, that's our fireworks. We gonna bust off that new intro.
Yeah. So check this out, man. My name is Jamel Lott. I'm Jackie Lyle's oldest son.
Okay.
I represent Darlington, South Carolina.
Dollar Town.
Even though they hurt my heart.
Dollar Town.
But I'm out of here. Peace.
Y'all kind of fun, man.